The Green Bay Packers get some disappointing news. Man, is that a redundant statement that I keep making? Guys, take a second to hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's just jump into it. It is super disappointing to me when we're talking about the injury front. We get the latest and greatest injury update from Lambeau. The Green Bay Packers have listed 4 players questionable, 5 doubtful for Sunday night's game versus the Minnesota Vikings, a game in which they have to win, right? 4 questionable players are safety, Darnell Savage. Not a surprise. He will be out there. Dontavian Wicks. And here's the thing with Dontavian Wicks. I heard that he's actually going to be doubtful for this game. TJ Slayton and then Robert Rochelle. The 5 doubtful are wide receiver Christian Watson, hamstring, and I'll get back to that one here in a second. Linebacker Devondre Campbell, another disappointment there. Tight end Luke Musgrave with his kidney. Not surprised with that one. Completely understandable there. Running back Emmanuel Wilson, shoulder, Luke Tenuta, ankle. Okay. So as it goes on to say, the of the 5 questionable, Wicks was the only one who did not practice this week after sustaining a chest injury at the end of the second quarter against the Panthers. When Matt LaFleur was asked whether he's going to play or not, he said it's going to be conversational to see where he is at and then test him pregame. So here's where I'm at when it comes to Christian Watson. Completely disappointed there. And here's why. If you remember when he first sustained and first got that hamstring injury, the Packers were so hush hush about it. And I'm going to go on a soapbox here for a second. And I know a lot of people disagreed with me at first when I was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why are the Packers being so hush hush about what's going on with his injury? How severe is it? Nobody ever knew. We just knew it was a hamstring injury. Why did this dude not hit the IR? If he was going to be out 4 games, why did he not hit the IR? And some people are going to be like, well, it's because they didn't know how bad it was. Well, here's the thing. Are the Packers doctors that bad or what's going on here? I don't understand why are these guys staying out for multiple games? I expected him to be playing this Sunday night versus the Minnesota Vikings, especially a must-win situation. And it may not be Christian Watson's fault. It might be, he's just not cleared by the doctors or whatever. So this thing was a little bit more severe than we thought. We knew right off the bat that, oh gosh, this is not nearly as bad as what he sustained earlier in the season when he was out 3 games. That's what we were told. So then 4 games in, this is his 4th game he will be missing since that second hamstring injury. So I am super frustrated here on multiple levels. Remember, a lot of people have been chiming in with some comments about like, man, back in the day, Reggie White would never allow that type of stuff. Do you remember when Reggie White was playing through just like really bad injuries? I loved that guy, right? I loved him. He's one of my favorite all-time Packer players. Reggie White is it me or are guys seeming super soft when you talk about Devondre Campbell and what is going on there? Devondre Campbell was fine, right? And then we all know what happened there with the Joe Barry thing and whether he was thrown under the bus in the locker room or whatever, social media, either way, we knew that Devondre Campbell was super frustrated, so much so to where he takes to social media and then just kind of, does what players shouldn't do is just like, hey, listen, I'm frustrated. Here's what's going on. I'm getting sick of, you know what, screw this. I'm going to stop playing through injuries. And how bad is this neck injury that he has? It must be bad enough to where Matt LaFleur gives him the whole entire week off of practice last week. And where was he at this week in practice? Let's take a look. So here are Devondre Campbell at the top. Neck did not practice, did not practice, did not practice. That's the second full week where this guy did not practice. We didn't see him out there for 2 full weeks. So he goes from playing to not. Again, bigger stories that's happening behind the scene. And that is what's super disappointing news to me. It's not so much the injuries. I kind of expected most of them. But when we talk Christian Watson, I really thought bigger and better things from Christian Watson. And like, again, it may not be him. It may be the coaching staff or like the training. I don't know what's going on there, but it's the coaching staff for not throwing him on the IR and freeing up a roster spot there So a game that is a must-win situation, and yet we still are without guys that should be out there. Devondre Campbell should be out there. If he was healthy enough to play, and then all of a sudden all that drama happened and he took himself out of the game and then also did it again this week, he should be out there. This is a must-win situation. There needs to be control happening in the locker room at the coach's level of demanding that these players get out there and play, pushing them. But things seem to just be unfolding and unraveling. Matt LaFleur needs to get control of his team. Guys, leave your comments. Am I way off base on this? I am just super frustrated to see that, especially because A, it's against your rivalry in the Minnesota Vikings. And then B, this is a must win situation to help your playoff chances. And yes, a lot of people are like, hey, we don't care if the Packers make the playoffs or not. But you know what? Every season, you hope that the Packers make the playoffs, and they are on the cusp of making the playoffs, which is a testament to how good the talent is there and really how good of a coach Matt LaFleur is. But is he though? He's not getting control and a grip in that locker room and with the whole environment happening there. Again, I'm off my soapbox. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Go Pack.